Did you know that castor oil could save you thousands of dollars in beauty treatments, including high-end treatments like Botox? Let's get into the benefits of castor oil from a cosmetic chemist perspective. If you enjoyed my Korean beauty videos just last month, you are going to be obsessed with today's video because I am starting a new series called Budget Skincare Options, which you're gonna love. These series will cover pretty much everyday ingredients or more affordable products / ingredients that we could use as an alternative to products that either have that marketing hefty price tag or for someone who genuinely just doesn't want to spend a huge budget on skincare products. So if that's you, this video is for you. If it's your first time seeing my face, I'm a cosmetic chemist. I've been for over 7 years. I formulate skincare and personal care items. So if you'd like to hear about the science of products from a science standpoint, be sure to subscribe, join the family. We're a growing family of skincare lovers and enthusiasts and professionals that just are obsessed with skincare. I saw this video where this lady made a lot of claims about castor oil.
First thing that I noticed is it has lightened my melasma. Second thing that I noticed is it has been healing my eczema.
And I took it upon myself to dive into the science of what potentially could be the reason why this is the case, why she's experiencing such benefits, and why castor oil might honestly be the most slept on ingredient in the market, right? So in today's video, we're going to talk about how castor oil can help reduce melasma, how it can help with your hair, your nails, eczema, stimulate growth in your eyelashes, reduce dry skin, and a whole lot of others. So you want to stick around because the missing ingredients in your skincare recipe could just be castor oil. Now really quickly, because I'm sure you can easily just Google this, castor oil is gotten from castor seeds. It goes through cold processing where these seeds are pretty much put under a lot of pressure to get out this castor oil. And usually maybe a fragrance would be added in order to market the product. Typically you see castor oil as organic, cold pressed, and hexane free. Hexane is a solvent that we normally use in formulation to mix other oils like cane oil, canola oil. Those oils typically do have hexane. Also in this form is full of its original fatty acids, so it's ready to be deeply nourishing to the hair and scalp or whatever else you want to use it for. Jamaican black castor oil is also really popular. In that case, the castor seeds have been roasted to really maximize the nutrient property of the castor seeds. A byproduct of this processing of the castor seeds is something called ricin, which is gotten from the processing of these castor seeds. But don't worry, if you're getting your castor oil from a good, credible manufacturer or brand, there will be no ricin to worry about in your product. But a huge component of castor oil is something called ricinoleic acid. It's a fatty acid that's super nutritious. It has antimicrobial properties and it also has anti-inflammatory properties. Castor oil is probably the only oil that has both hydrophobic and hydrophilic properties, meaning it easily penetrates the skin because the skin does have a non-permeable oil layer. But because it has these dual properties, it's able to go through the skin pretty easily and be functional in the skin. It has really beneficial healing properties and it also provides really deep moisture. Now we're going to get into the benefits of castor oil. As we've already heard, there's so many benefits, so let's just jump right into them. Now, I personally like to use it on my hair, so whenever I have like a split end in my hair, I love moisturizing the ends of my hair because you don't want the ends of your hair unmoisturized. But first, because castor oil is an emollient, meaning it is an oil, it is not going to hydrate your hair. You want to make sure you're putting in like a leave-in conditioner or water leave-in conditioner and then a castor oil. Don't put the oil just directly to your ends because again, this doesn't hydrate, it only just really nourishes the hair and traps that moisture in. I also love using it on my eyebrows. I put a little bit on my spoolie and then I go on my eyebrows and I go on my lashes as well. And that really helps to condition and stimulate hair growth. So basically castor oil doesn't directly grow hair. It does have stimulatory properties, meaning it nourishes the hair follicles where you put it on, and the byproduct of that would be the stimulation of hair growth.
Another notable change that I noticed is that my skin is not as dry and itchy.
If you have really drier skin, or especially in the winter months, you want to put a very thin layer of castor oil on after you put your moisturizer. I personally don't use it on my skin because I have oily skin, but if you have a lot more drier skin, this is wonderful for trapping moisture on your skin and preventing transepidermal water loss. I personally haven't used this, but you can use the Clean Clear version as a makeup remover because really the only difference between this and your eye makeup removing balm is that they've added waxes to kind of solidify it. That's why it typically has that more solid shape, but this could be wonderful as an oil makeup remover as well.
I usually get little hangnails, like hangnails around my nails, and I haven't had any of those.
I also love to put this on my nails because it really helps to nourish my cuticles and prevent my nail beds from looking really chapped and dry. When it comes to melasma, because of castor oil's high penetrating power, it's able to go deeply into scar tissue, healing it and preventing any additional scar tissue that could be causing any additional hyperpigmentation. So over time, this will promote healthy tissue growth. So a lot of the properties of castor oil is very much of a byproduct, especially when it comes to things like hair growth and helping with hyperpigmentation and melasma. I know that lady I showed earlier claimed that castor oil helped her with her eczema. However, that was purely an anecdotal experience. I looked at several articles, I couldn't find any that supported that claim. But now that we know that castor oil is really good at nourishing the skin and really just offering those moisturizing benefits, it is really good at like soothing the skin and eczema because it's a condition that gets triggered by stress and environmental factors. Because her skin was probably just really soothed from the castor oil, it prevented her eczema from getting triggered.
I actually have pretty deep lines on my face, and I have noticed my skin improving around my eyes.
Because castor oil is able to deeply penetrate the skin, it's able to increase collagen and elastin production, thereby tightening the skin and reducing the appearance of her fine lines and wrinkles. And that brings me to, is it nature's Botox? Yes, because it indirectly increases collagen and elastin properties, which are the key proteins that help to keep your skin looking tight and youthful looking. And although it probably wouldn't do it as good as Botox probably will, but it definitely gets the job done if you're looking for something with minimal invasion and natural. She also mentioned that castor oil helped her have regular bowel movements. Castor oil is a laxative. Actually, people used to take it back in the day as a drink, which I don't think I ever will have the balls to do that, but it is a laxative, so it'll help if you have constipation. It really helps to loosen the stool and let you have more frequent bowel movements. But be careful with this though, because it could easily lead to diarrhea as well. If you're pregnant though, definitely do not take castor oil because studies have shown that it could actually increase preterm labor. My last and final point is castor oil is wonderful for joint pain relief. There was actually a supporting study done in 2011. It was a clinical trial. It was a 15-day study where patients were given 30 to 40 ml of castor oil, and the results showed that their joint pain decreased by 50% and their stiffness reduced by 48%. So in general, castor oil is really wonderful, has great benefits. If you're looking for a natural alternative and you just don't really want to go out and get something invasive, or you're older and just love good old budget friendly skincare ingredients, castor oil is your girl. She's wonderful. She has great benefits. There's tons of scientific data showing how beneficial it is. And yeah, I hope this video was able to help you make a decision if you want to try castor oil or not. Let me know if you've tried it in the comments below. I'm pretty excited to hear if you guys have actually tried it in your own lives. I want to hear what benefits you've gotten from castor oil. I do want to preface this by saying to make sure that you are hydrating with water or water containing products before using castor oil if you're looking to especially use on your hair, because it is an emollient. It seals in moisture. It doesn't add moisture. And with that, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like this video, subscribe, join the family. Please be interactive in the comments. It really helps the algorithm push out this content to more viewers. But if you're nosy and want to see all the skincare products that I got when I was in Korea, check out this video right here. I'm also going to be talking about the benefits of Vaseline, which is also tried and true. So check out this video if you're interested in that. I'll see you guys in the next one.